Hello boys and welcome back to Common Level Up and welcome back to KAISERREICH. I have not been here in a long time. I apologize if I get some things wrong with the lore. We are back with our World War I to World War II series, except we are bringing it into KAISERREICH like you guys requested. We took a little bit of a break and recorded some Cold War to modern day footage, and a few episodes of that are up. That'll be continuing as well. We just wanted to come back to this to finish this off because a lot of you guys requested this. By the way, guys, a ton of you subscribed when I asked you to subscribe the last episode. We're getting really close to 30k and I really appreciate it. Let's just say I have something quite spectacular planned for when the channel hits 50k, which we are now more than halfway there. We just went over 26. So thank you everyone for subscribing and liking. It's been great. Now, a couple things really quick before we start. One, I will actually be at PAX West on Friday. So if you're actually going to be there, then I will see you there. Try to find me. And also, if you have not checked out my Patreon, please go check that out. I would highly appreciate it. Thank you to all my current patrons, Infinitum Gamer, Jeremy Houston, Paxis, Rodney, and Samuel Bjornsson. I really appreciate all of your support. And if you guys would like to go check out my Patreon, it is in the description below. But alright boys, so how well did our game translate into KAISERREICH? Well, it did okay, and I actually left a lot of it sort of up to KAISERREICH to decide. I think this will be a much more fun game if we leave a lot of the KAISERREICH things in. I will show you a few of the things that I did mess with and did change to make it more like our game. If you guys did not see the videos where we recorded World War I and the Central Powers did win, make sure to go check those out. It will explain the borders that you see here in this KAISERREICH video. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to break the game or not, but I will show you what I did change. Austria annexed most of its puppets except for Hungary and Serbia, because these two were the Serbian puppets at the end of our game. They did annex like some weird Polish stuff up here, which I did grant them, even though the borders look terrible. I united Italy and actually made them fascist. Even though Mussolini is not here, we instead get this guy. We still have a united Italy. Now, the Germans were hard to deal with because the Germans' borders were just crazy. Now, I created a Polish puppet out of a lot of the territory that they did get. And over here, the territory that they took from France was actually a state that does not really exist. It kind of went down here along the border with Switzerland. And if I was to give them this state, it would just look terrible and it would be really odd. So I instead compensated Germany by giving them this state. Also, the Soviets are here. I left a lot of the stuff disconnected from the Soviets because I think that it'll create a better game, them having to unite everything back up like the Russian Empire fell apart. But the Soviet Union is the main one in control here, and they do have quite the focus tree for annexing everything around them. In China, I united China under the Qing, at least what they had. Japan still has these territories over here. China was united in our game, so I did unite them under Qing. This may break the game a little, but I wanted it to be as much like our game as possible without breaking a lot of the KAISERREICH lore. Now, with Britain and France, it gets a little bit more complicated because, as we know, there's technically two governments that claim France and there's two governments that claim Britain. So in our game after World War I, the British sort of kept their whole colonial empire, and we're just going to say that during the interwar period, they have lost all of their stuff, and it sort of all got transferred to Germany and various other places. So a lot of the changes that you guys see here, just count them as stuff that happened during the interwar period. But here we go, boys. World War I to KAISERREICH. Possibly part 1 or possibly the entire thing. I'm not sure how long this is gonna last. We are racing to 30k, so make sure you subscribe, everybody. And let's get this game going. Alright, so pretty much instantly, Italy flipped back to the Kingdom of Italy and flipped to social liberals. We also have the Serene Republic of Venice rising up against the Italians. They've got quite the army here, and it kind of seems like they'll do okay. And we've just had Saudi Arabia form, so welcome Saudis to the world stage. Alrighty boys, we got war in the Horn of Africa, Abyssinia, and Eritrea. Whoa, they've declared war on the Indo-Chinese Union. Oh shit, look at this. They're rising up against their German overlords. They're just walking through. Though it does appear that Indochina is going to lose the war, the Germans have gotten reinforcements from their other colonies, and these guys are just being crushed at this point. Saigon has been recaptured. And she blows with America. Been waiting for this one for a little while. There goes the Pacific States. New England should pop off pretty soon here as well. The Pacific States have Japanese volunteers. That's actually pretty awesome. Peace deal between Free Liberia and Pacific States. Okay, Liberia is piecing out with everybody. That means they're just independent now, I guess. Were they not independent before? Also, the Soviets are invading Finland, so we could have a Kaiserreich Winter War if everything works out well enough. Wait, does that mean... Yep, that does mean. The Germans are at war with the Russians already. Qing declared war on Mongolia. During the mess, Paraguay on Argentina. Everyone's seeing the chaos and they're doing what they're... Oh my god, the Commune of France? Oh, wait, did the Commune of France form a faction with the Soviet... With the Soviet faction? No, they're still in the Third International. Okay, so the Germans are probably in trouble here, actually. I don't know why they're attacking into a wall of really strong French divisions. Alright, boys, 1937, World War II is already off. I'm not sure how the French got into a war this early with the Germans. Argentina is getting destroyed over here by a pact of, like, Chile, the sort of Patagonian anarchist groups, and then the Paraguay up in the north. But Bolivia has sort of joined on Argentina's side a little bit, fighting Paraguay. Yeah, Germany seems a little bit boned here. Oh, and there goes Spain is erupting now. I am very confused, though, guys, on why France was able to declare war on Germany that early. It seems like if it was just the Germans and their allies going after the Soviet Union, or sort of Soviet Russia, because it's not a union yet, the Soviets probably don't have a chance. But the French joining this is quite insane. It's almost like we're going to see a really, really powerful Third International / French Empire this game, which could be quite interesting. It's a complete 180 from our World War II, which we brought into just the normal game. United Mexican States declared war on specific states of America. Oh shit, really? They already took Arizona. And the US is completely gone at this point. It looks like the Pacific states will be able to hold their own for a little while. They've got their army. The Mexicans have a bit of an army, but it doesn't look like it's bigger than the Pacific states. The world has just erupted into so much war within like a few years here. Oh, look at that. The Commune of France. Now it's just also invading Austria. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so Austria joined the Reichspakt. So the French are just going to invade everything. They're just going to take over it all. It's just everything's theirs. Should rename the mod to Frankreich. Look, they've even taken parts of... They took this? France, you are insane right now. They've taken bits of Switzerland. They're invading the Austrians heavily. The Germans are falling. Puppet states have already been put in power in Belgium. Wow. Jeez. We got the Flemish Communal Republic and the Wallonian Communal Republic. Yeah, they're already like, and they've taken land back from the Belgians. This is already turning into a great video. And I've been waiting for a long time to see a really France-dominated game. Okay, so Lithuania and Soviet Russia. Peace deal between Serbia and Soviet Russia. Deutschland and Soviet Russia. Okay, so Soviet Russia is sort of piecing out with a lot of people. And France. Okay, France. Oh, that's because, I see. They pieced out because the Germans just capitulated. The Reichspakt is no more. Although the Soviets are still at war with a lot of countries, including Finland, which, while part of the Reichspakt, has done tons of damage to them. And it looks like they're going to push the Finns back. Okay, the German government in exile is their colonies, and it looks like the Kaiser is still in power. Oh my god. What happened to South America? The borders! Jeez! Fix them! I don't want to look at this anymore. Alright, I see. So German government in exile is a completely new country, and it has its own focus tree and everything. Austrian Empire was annexed. Commune of France took 19 states. Soviet Russia took 9 states. Excuse me? God. No! What is this game? Okay, what do they own? Oh god. Okay, the German Socialist Republic has just risen. The French Empire just declared war on Morocco. They're going after everything. They want it all. Serbia's free, Hungary's free, but they're getting conquered now. Serbia also has... Oh, Bulgaria is justifying a war goal against Serbia. So the entirety of Europe basically just had a big Balkanization moment. And here's the faction map mode now. The International is just insanely huge. We also have still the Cairo Pact forming up to take out the Ottoman Empire, the one last remaining sort of Central Powers guy that's still around. Okay, Poland was just full annexed by the Russians. Oh my god. Also, the Cossacks were conquered in the Caucasus region. Okay, France just took some stuff. Soviet Russia just took some more stuff. Hungary was just full annexed. Okay, so France just owns some really disgusting looking states over here. Oh look, Transylvania is a country now. Cool. Okay, France just annexed Lithuania. The new French Empire, look at this. Serbia was just annexed into the Soviet Union, but it appears to have just been released as a puppet. Wow. So, not only are the borders exponentially worse than in our game, where we just made it normal, kept it normal. The Canadian Commonwealth declared war on the combined states. Yeah, so it just keeps getting worse. The Canadians are now invading the commies in America, who are beating the fascists in America. Soviet Russia just annexed the Baltic Duchy as well. Look at that. Except it's probably going to get released as some sort of puppet. Okay, Lithuania was released as a puppet to the French. And the Soviets are not done. They're going to keep going. They're going down into Central Asia. They're probably going to get the Caucasus countries pretty soon. The Soviets are far from being done, guys. The entirety of the continent of Europe is communist for the most part. Not all under one faction though, except for like Iron Guard, Romania, Bulgaria, Italy. These guys are not communist. Greece. So a lot of the stuff in the Balkans and the South are not communist, but basically the entire continent at this point has fallen to some sort of leftism or communism or anarchism or whatever you want to call it. Nepal is invading India. That's quite interesting as well. Two more things here. The Kingdom of Finland was just annexed, so more fall to the communists. But also, the French are doing Unite Italy, which I'm pretty sure that means they're going to declare war and try to install the Union of Italy or whatever the previous anarchist one was called. Yep, they did. They declared war in Kingdom of Italy. Rest in peace. That means we'll probably see Serene Republic of Venice get some land. The entire world is falling to communism so fast. Even the communists in America are actually winning the war, and they're actually now invading Canada. Look at these French armies in here. This is just ridiculous. Also, the Alash autonomy was annexed. Kazakhstan is essentially down. They've got Turkestan on their list next. Also, Argentina was annexed. Wow. And Japan is making moves against the German colonies in the Pacific. Argentina was replaced with the Patagonian Workers' Front. Also looks like Paraguay took a state or two, and they're in the middle of their really disgusting looking war with Bolivia. The Russians have formed their communist faction, the Fourth International. Oh my god, the Third and the Fourth International are here at the same time. Okay. Kingdom of Italy was just annexed. They're probably going to release them as the communist one, though, I'd assume. Yes, there they are. The Socialist Republic of Italy is here, and it is now a puppet of the French. The French have not controlled this much territory. Also, Bulgaria has declared war on Iron Guard Romania, okay. Since Napoleon's time, they basically have puppeted half of Europe, and the other half is owned by other communists. So I wonder if the Soviets will go to war with the French, or the French will attack the Soviets. That'd be pretty awesome if we saw the French invade Russia, forget to bring winter clothes again, and then actually lose. Okay, it seems like Romania's army's bigger, Bulgaria. I'm not sure why you did that. I think you need to bring your troops over a little bit from Serbia. Okay, the Commune of France was just handed this state after Italy fell. Libya is essentially independent now, although it is run by syndicalists. Oh, and the Indo-Chinese Union was able to come back because the Germans that were defending and pushing them back to Saigon had to leave. Okay, Bulgaria was just annexed into Romania, but that doesn't ever necessarily mean that it's going to stay like that. Yep, Bulgaria was just released as a puppet of Iron Guard Romania. Alright, the Canadian Commonwealth and Combined Syndicates of America have just ended their hostilities. Edward is now in power in Canada, and the syndicalists are working on removing any last resistance of the southern faction down here, run by, of course, Huey Long, that big meme. Okay, here we go. Also, the Cairo Pact has just erupted. Iran declared war, Yemen declared war, Egypt declared war, and the Saudis declared war. Except I guess Iran and Yemen aren't in the pact. Okay. Jeez, so much stuff is happening in this mod. It's crazy. Okay, Madras was just annexed, which is a thing in India, okay? So that's fine. Qing just took 10 states, though. They just annexed Mongolia and Tibet at the same time. All these guys are declaring war on the Ottomans. Look, there was like an Arab revolt sort of in Syria and Palestine, and then of course the Kurds are gonna revolt as well. Yep, there they go. The Soviets are now invading Turkestan. Also, I'd like to point out the Qing's released Tuvan Republic. There you go. They're also justifying now on Bhutan, which is interesting. I'm actually surprised. It looks like the Kingdom of Spain is actually going to win the Civil War here. They're usually designed to not win, so it's pretty cool to see them win. The Union of South Africa declared war on the Union of South Africa. Alrighty. So South African Civil War. Oh, look at that. The Central American countries are also fighting now. Central America versus United Provinces of America. Jeez, they both have pretty big armies now. It looks like Central America probably is doing a little bit better. Greece declared war on Bulgaria. Oh shit. Greece, I'm not sure if you know this, but that means you're also declaring war on Romania because they are the overlord. The Qing are now trying to invade Bhutan, and it's looking like it's not going to work out very well. The Bhutanese, they're held up in the mountains pretty well. Here's our faction map mode again. The Third International is insane, but the Fourth International is really funny as well, just because we have both the Third and the Fourth on the screen at the same time. Apparently the Dominion of India just annexed Nepal fully. Oh, Bhutan. You went ahead and you went offense. That's not how you're supposed to do this. You're supposed to hold defense the whole time, and then they can't break you. Well, Bhutan's dead. And Nepal has died as well. It's now a puppet of the Indians. Okay, peace deals have just happened. Look at this. Look at how thick Saudi Arabia is. And, okay, Egypt just has tons of stuff now. Where'd that little country go that just popped up as a rebellion? They just got rid of it. Not allowed to be there anymore. Okay, South Africa's gone. Or the rebellion, at least. Iran and Ottoman Empire are done, and then also Egypt and Ottoman Empire. Norwegian Socialist Republic declared war on Norway. Oh, or Sweden. It's continuing, boys. The socialists and communists, they're coming. They're definitely going to get French aid, which is probably going to win them the war. Also, rest in peace, Bhutan, jeez. But Kurdistan is now independent. Also, Iran actually controls quite a bit of Iraq. Those aren't that bad of borders, actually. Turkestan, rest in peace. For a post-Ottoman Axis war. So, Turkey is now here. Egypt is gigantic. And it's still in a faction with the Saudis and Tripoli over there. The Cairo Pact. Beautiful, beautiful faction, guys. The traitor, Iran, has declared war on Saudi Arabia. They worked, even though they have no men on the border. They worked so hard together to fight against the Turks. The Ottomans fell to their joint hands, but now the Iranians, the Persians have decided, you know what? We don't like Arabs anymore. And they're totally going to lose. Their army is not big enough to fight this, and it's not there on the border. They have 15 divisions to take on Saudi Arabia and Egypt. Egypt having 18, Saudi Arabia having 30. Soviet Russia declared war on Iran as well. Okay, so the Soviets are, they're not done. Like we've said, they're definitely not done. Either there's some more states they want to add to their big empire, or there's another member they want to add to the Fourth International. Whichever it is, their influence is going to grow here. The Cairo Pact possibly will as well. And we might see the Fourth International, possibly there's a chance here to go to war with the Cairo Pact, which would be kind of cool. Oh, Norway was just annexed. So Norway lost their war. This is like one of the only times that a syndicalist or communist country actually lost a war and did not spread. But there goes the syndicalists in America declaring war on the Pacific states. So it continues to spread, essentially. The Mexicans are also still invading. They're also doing the Caucasus expansion as they're invading Iran. So they've just declared war on Georgia, and I'm sure Azerbaijan and Armenia are next. The Soviet army has just also surpassed 200 divisions, so it is getting insanely large. The French army, on the other hand, is at almost 300 divisions, plus all of their puppets. So at this point in time, the Third International would probably win a war, but you never know. The Fourth International could pull ahead at some point. This is also creating some sort of communist Cold War between two communist pacts, the East and the West. It looks like one thing that could cause a war, or spark a war, is the fact that Lithuania is claimed by the Soviets. Oh, look at this. The French have just declared war on Spain. Oh, no. They're gonna go put the communists back in power. So this could spark a war if the Soviet Union decides to, or if Soviet Russia decides to try to take Lithuania. Jeez, okay, stop. Stop giving me these things. Qing declared war on a government. Okay, that's the Japanese. So the Qing have just declared war on the Japanese. Anyways, boys, we're gonna end this one here. Thank you very much for watching this, guys. If you like this, make sure to hit a like, favorite, and subscribe if you guys are new. If you liked this, make sure to tell me if you want to see a part 2, or if you think this is a fairly good ending. Look, there's more of it. Just stuff is happening all the time. Iran was annexed, although it was just liberated. Saudis got 2 states. Soviet Russia got 13 states. And Kurdistan was annexed into the Saudis. So Kurdistan got to be a country for like a month. And yes, the Fourth International has grown to include Iran now. But if you guys want to see a part 2 to this one, make sure to let me know. This has been a really fun video to record. We're almost at 30K, boys. We're really close. So thank you for subscribing and helping me get there. And I will see you guys all next time. Peace.